lightning strike. The exact coordinates are...
Lightning?
He interrupted her.
Are you kidding me? This is a hell of a time to suddenly start trying out practical jokes, Edith.
Her shoulders tightened at the barely restrained irritation in his voice, obvious even to her. She'd never known how to diffuse his simmering hostility at the best of times. Her free hand beat harder, faster, trying to push back panic. "Negative, base," she said, hoping that formality would magically make him believe her. "I personally witnessed the lightning strike the snag. The fire is well on its way to becoming established." She heard computer keys tapping.
Edith, meteorology shows nothing but sunny skies in your area. Lightning is only formed by thunderclouds. There aren't any clouds near you. Are you sure you aren't looking at some mist?
He sounded like he was talking to a 5-year-old. Edith gritted her teeth. She was tiresomely familiar with that particular condescending tone. She was autistic, not incompetent. "Base, I'm a qualified firefighter. I know smoke when I see it. The wildfire is small at the moment, but we need to get a team out here before it becomes a problem." Edith prayed that he had a team to send. It was only early June, a week before the official start of fire season. Most of the smoke jumpers and wilderness firefighters would still be scattered across America, at home with their families or relaxing on vacation. She might hate every minute of off-season and return to her remote outpost as early as she was allowed, but she knew she was an anomaly. "Let's hope someone else started work early, too." Warren blew out his breath, as though she had personally started the fire just to annoy him.
"It costs money to deploy firefighters, you know. I'm going to need additional confirmation before I dispatch anyone. Hold on."
If it had been any other fire watcher, Edith suspected he would already have been scrambling a plane of smoke jumpers. The nervous twitching of her hand spread through her body and down her leg. She stared out the window, the toe of her work boot drumming against the worn wooden floorboards. The wind was definitely blowing the plume of smoke straight in her direction. The phone crackled against her ear.
"It's your lucky day. I've got a hot shot out at Thunder Mountain who's willing to swing by and take a look. He says he can get his squad to you within the hour."
Edith blinked. That fast? That couldn't be right. Hotshots were ground crew. They didn't parachute in like smoke jumpers did. Either the hotshot had just happened to decide to picnic right on her doorstep, or he was being wildly optimistic about how fast he could reach her.
"That's what he says. Apparently they just happen to be camping in your area. Sit tight until he arrives to assess the situation."
A sigh gusted out of the phone.
"And don't call again unless you're actually on fire. Understand? We're busy setting up the new drone system, and I don't have time for your interruptions."
The phone went dead before she could answer. Biting her lip, she glanced out the window at the smoke. Was it thicker than it had been 2 minutes ago? "It'll be okay," she whispered under her breath. "It's not dry enough to burn fast. There's plenty of time." As if in answer, a second bolt of lightning struck out of nowhere, followed immediately by a deafening crack of thunder. Edith stifled a shriek, reflexively covering her head as a tree blew apart barely 100 yards away. A swirl of burning leaves pinged like gunshots off the tower's wide windows, even though her lookout platform was 20 feet off the ground. Edith cautiously raised her head, peeking over the edge of the window. From her vantage point in the tower, she had an excellent view of the nearest lightning-struck tree. The dead snag was burning fiercely, but fortunately it wasn't close enough to any other trees for the fire to spread through the canopy. Instead, it was crawling through the undergrowth, chewing up fallen branches and shrubs. She started to reach for the phone, but stopped. Warren had been very clear, and even if she did disobey his order and call anyway, he probably wouldn't believe her. She was on her own. You're always on your own. This is no different.